So with head coach Stephen O'Donnell at a sunny Ballyuster training facility here on Monday morning. Stephen, a nice morning's work for the lads after a good result again on Friday, and there's a good vibe in the group at the moment after a good start to the season.
Yeah, obviously results helped that. Busy schedule the last week or so, and then we're going into another busy schedule from Friday onward. So a good session. They had a good recovery over the weekend, and we had a nice sort of ease back into it session, and then we'll take it from there. We'll amp it up now as the week goes along.
How would you reflect on the last week? The game at Oriel Park, of course, started things off in a busy week, and then the home win over Waterford, and then the victory in Ballybuffet last time out.
Yeah, good week in the sense of obviously disappointment conceding so late at Oriel. Going from 3 points to a point, but then we done well, picked ourselves up. We were professional enough against Waterford, and then went up to Ballybuffet on Friday, and it was always a difficult place. There's nobody going to go up there and get anything easy, so it was a good professional performance again on Friday, and a couple of moments of quality won us the game, and we defended really well throughout the team, and they didn't really create much at all. So good after the disappointment of Dundalk, then to pick up 6 points from the next 2 games was good.
Yeah, 2 clean sheets back to back as well, and the lads were really tested, particularly in the Finn Harps match. Best defensive record so far, albeit after only 7 games. So you must be quite happy with that end of the pitch, but you always speak about the collective and not just the defensive players and the goalkeeper.
Yeah, exactly. Look, if it was only the defenders sort of defending and doing the pressing and that, and the other 6 or 7 weren't doing it, we'd concede a hell of a lot more. So it's a whole team effort. We want to be compact in all our units when we're out of possession, so we're getting a press on high up the pitch as well. So the defensive record is there for everyone, not just the defenders and the keepers. Obviously very happy with them. They dealt with what they needed to deal with, and then Veed coming in and having I think 4 clean sheets in his first 7 games is obviously very positive. But it's a team unit. We defend as a team, and likewise when we score goals, it's not just the attackers or whoever puts the ball in the net that gets the credit. It's throughout the pitch, because obviously we would have had to start the game deep in our half and with our defenders, or it could even be sometimes Veet starting the game up for us. So it's a whole collective here.
Yeah, just speaking about Veet from the game the other night, like you forget because he's so big and because he's so good that he's 19, and he's the youngest goalkeeper playing every week in the league by far, and he's just settled in so well to life as a St. Pat's player, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's great experience for him. He's going up to Ballybuffet there, and getting a lot of sort of long throws in the box and free kicks, and coming up against a lot of big bodies, to get everyone in the box when they get a set piece. So that's great experience. From some games he's not had much to do, so that tests his concentration, and then how tuned in he is. And then other games like maybe the last 15 minutes or 10 or 15 minutes at Oriel, he was plenty busy enough with a lot of balls in the box and efforts on goal. So he's getting a great mix for a young keeper, and we're very happy with him. But he knows he needs to improve himself and kick on. So we're very happy to have him. He's a great football aside. He's a great character around the place and very mature and has settled in really well.
And he seems to already have a great relationship with the people in front of him. Lee Desmond has started every match, but then Sam Bowen has played a few. Paddy Barrett, Burham, Shane Griffin, John Mountney was rested in one of the games, and the relationship there with them all seems really, really positive.
Yeah, well, what's huge for a back line is trust in their keeper, and the lads have the utmost trust in Veet, as everyone does, so that helps a lot. And it's he's created sort of relationships and good relationships off the pitch, so that helps when you go on the pitch, when you know individuals that bit better. So it's a good group in that regard, and that can only help you when you step over the white line on any given week.
At the other end, a nice spread of goals across the group. A couple for Dara Burns, Robbie Benson has scored, Billy King has got a couple, Matty Smith got his first the other night, Sam Bowen a set piece in Dundalk. So you spoke on Friday about Ronan Coughlin, who scored twice as well, but that the goals have been spread around the team, which is a great plus.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way you want it. You want goals being spread around. Ultimately, if you're reliant on one person to score goals and he gets suspended or injured, and that takes away a lot of your game. So we want to be threat from all over the pitch. All good teams are. The players chip in, because sometimes the goal is just a finishing touch on the end of a good move. So we want to be a good team that play good football and have good passages of play. So then it's sort of doesn't really matter who gets the last touch, as long as our football up to that point is good. We'll get someone in the box to go and score it. So good spread of goals. As I said, if you're reliant on one player, it can be a hindrance. If that player's missing, etc., or an opposition really lock on and target to try and take that one player out of the game. So once you have a spread, it's very difficult for the opposition to sort of plug a lot of holes.
And also with the 3 games last week and 3 games this week, you've been able to use the full squad. A couple of the younger lads have made starts, and again, the quality of the group hasn't dropped. The results haven't dropped off, which I'm sure again you're quite happy with, given, for the first 4 weeks maybe you stuck to quite a similar team.
Yeah, look, you have 3 games in 6 days. You have no choice, but it's not a case of I'm taking a risk changing the team up. There's lads there that by right on performance and that probably should be playing, but that's the way I want it. Ultimately we started the season off well, but there's been lads training very well, and they're chomping at the bit, and they got their opportunities over the last couple of games and done very well. So going forward, it's healthy. It's great having competition for places, and young Keane Corbley, who probably hasn't played yet and has been on the bench, is training very well as well, and training excellent, and his progression's been really pleasing too.
Just the last couple, you spoke in pre-season about the type of players and the type of group you want. That the first thing you'll ask for is that they'll work hard, and if anything else happens, great, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. And we've really seen that in the 7 games, Stephen, just how hard the group are working themselves, for each other, for the club. It's really nice to see from me watching from the stands. What's it like for you as the head coach?
Yeah, it's good, but ultimately, it's our job, etc. It's our profession. The least you ask of players is to work hard and give their utmost, and see where that takes them. So they are doing that, and it's very pleasing. But as I said, should be a prerequisite really, but it's not. Obviously playing a lot of teams and etc. It's not, but we have a good group, and we're starting to get a bit of a demanding group now, where if some person is a little bit off in their work rate, and that the others will tell them, so that creates a good culture. But as I said, there's still levels to go up for us, but the thing I'm glad about is probably they can see they're getting rewarded with their hard work in so far as positive results, so that'll encourage them to stay working hard, and it shows them if you do work hard, you're always in with a chance of winning games. But look, it's the first 7 games, nothing's ever been decided, or no one remembers the league table after 7 matches, so we're just going to keep going, taking it 1 game at a time, and that's starting with Longford on Friday.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on that one against Longford at Richmond? 5:45 on Friday, another early kick-off.
Yeah, people might see they lost to Waterford at the weekend. Obviously, they'd be disappointed with that. Drew a Harps midweek, and then the previous week, ran Shamrock Rovers. Probably should have got a draw out of the game. It's the 93rd minute they were drawing the game 1-1. So going to be a very tough test. We've seen no team can take any team for granted. It's a real competitive league, and everyone's taking points off each other, so we need to treat Longford with the utmost respect. To be knocking on the door the last few years in the first division and got up, so Dara has a settled squad there. They know each other well. They're going to bring a lot of energy to the game, so we're going to have to match that to have any chance of winning. And our full focus will be on Longford, and then we roll into another busy period with a game Monday and a game Saturday.
Yeah, they're an interesting team. That they play with an interesting formation. Lots of young players that have in the attacking third pace, and exciting players as well. So given they've had a couple of results lately that they want to improve on, they are a very, very good team, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. Look, they've been competitive in every game. As I said, they ran the league champions to a 93rd minute. They had to score a 93rd minute winner, somewhat scrappy goal. So we know it's going to be a real tough test, and if we fall a little bit below, like the work ethic you've been saying, and our sharpness, we'll come unstuck. So that's our main focus.
And lastly, we've seen the UK at the weekend, some supporters back in limited numbers. I know the UK are a bit ahead of Ireland with vaccines and stuff, but just a word on our own supporters again, supporting us from home. There was great traction on social media during the last couple of games, them sending in selfies and pictures of the young kids in the jerseys, and a young kid wearing his Pats jersey for the first time, kicking a football in his garden. And we're hopeful to have these people back soon, but for now we're so happy with their support from afar, which we have said a lot, but we just want to mention it again because they're being really patient.
Yeah, definitely. Look, it's such a relief for people going to watch sport, and going to watch their team. A lot of people's highlights would have been every week going following St. Pat's, so we're missing them as well. I think Tottenham went on an attack yesterday. They were under the cosh for the first 20-25 minutes, and they won a corner down their end, and the cheer the Tottenham fans had for them, and they won the corner. You would have forgotten about them little things, when you go and win a corner if you're playing away from home, and the whole away end is up on their feet encouraging the players on. So look, that made you really hit home, like we need to get fans back in, and even for people's mental health and a release, going to watch sport is a huge outlet for them. So we can't wait to get the faithful in at Richmond, and have them backing us, and likewise away trips going up to Ballybuffet, having their support over the far side. They're sorely missed, so we're looking forward to that as well, and the players definitely do get that little bit of extra energy and adrenaline burst when there are supporters there.
Thanks, Stephen. Good luck on Friday.
Thank you. Cheers.